Hi, I'm Heather Bettridge. I'm a certified professional coder and certified professional medical auditor and one of TMA's practice management consultants. Joining me today are Steve Arter, CEO of Complete Practice Resources, a CPC, author, educator, and consultant, and Denny Flint, president of Complete Practice Resources and former CEO of a large multi-specialty group and MSO. Welcome.
Thank you, Heather.
So, ICD-10 is a required change. Will the practice's EHR vendors charge for their programming and the time for building the crosswalks?
You know, that all depends, and we all know that EHR is absolutely our most important business partner during the ICD-10 transition. As far as who charges and who pays, the most important thing I can tell you today about EHR is go back and read your contract. In the small print somewhere, there may be some writing that says, in the event of a government change or mandated change, the EHR vendor is required to pay for the upgrade. That's an important paragraph for you to have in your contract, because if you don't have something that says the EHR vendor is required to pay, you could be faced with an unforeseen bill for thousands of dollars. And as far as who pays for the crosswalks and things, even after the implementation, I can tell you're going to be tweaking your problem lists, your pick lists, your templates for your common language charting. I can give you an example from the group practice that I managed. We had an EHR whose name will be unmentioned today, but you know, we wanted them to update our documentation and our templates. And they said, okay, fine, just give us the documentation you want us to put in the EHR. And we said, well, we don't have time to do that, you do that. And they said, okay, we'll do it, $10,000. So with ICD-10, it's going to be very important that you proactively manage your EHR vendors. We're strong believers in accountability and deadlines. If you ask them, for example, when is our ICD-10 upgrade going to be available in the EHR? And they said, oh, we're going to do that pretty soon. Well, by when? Well, we don't have a date for you. Well, by when will you have a date? You've got to keep them on track, on point, and you have to manage them. And it's important. We've got, again, this gift of time with this delay. Everybody's talking about the delay. Well, one of the most important things you can do during the delay is contact your EHR vendors. Start those conversations. You don't want to wait until the end of the transition period when every other client they have is trying to contact them as well. So you'll be at the end of a long queue, and they just flat won't have time to respond to your needs. So it's very, very important to partner up with your EHR vendor. They are your most important partner.
Great. Steve?
You cannot assume that your EHR vendor is going to give you a format or a methodology for working with ICD-10 that's really going to work for you. You need to see it, you need to understand it, and you need to tell them what works about it or what doesn't work. Ultimately, to be just real specific here for a moment, you want them to come up with something that is going to use documentation to drive the selection of your ICD-10 code so that your compliance issues go away. If your documentation generates the code, you never have to ask the question, do I have the documentation to justify that code selection? You want to look and see if that's what happens within their EMR plan for ICD-10.
Okay, thank you. For more information about the impact on your practice, visit TMA's ICD-10 resource page at www.texmed.org/ICD-10.